Hello and welcome back to my Norty's Forgotten Flixathon. Well, today we're actually talking about two movies. One released in 2012, one released in 2013, both found footage. And they are the VHS movies. Directed by, well, a ton of people, the VHS movies follow two groups of people going into a crappy old house and finding piles of VHS tapes and watching them. This is going to be very hard to sum up, so I guess we'll just go over each segment and explain what works and what doesn't. First up, we got Amateur Night, about three college bros going out to hook up with girls and get laid. But it turns out one of the girls is not who they think she is. This one is really good, mostly because of the actress playing the creepy girl. She has these crazy eyes, and when she goes nuts, she can be fucking horrible. Also, the camera is in one of the guy's glasses, so it gives a reason for why they don't just drop the camera and run. Actually pretty genius. This one was so popular that it even got a spin-off that I haven't seen yet. Second Honeymoon is by far the weakest in both of these movies, like by a long shot. For the most part, it's just this uninteresting couple vacationing and then at night someone sneaks in. It's actually pretty uninteresting and there's nothing supernatural about it. Ty West directed this, and I've heard his other movies are pretty good, but this was just lame.
What the fuck was that?
Tuesday the 17th is pretty creative because the killer you can only see with the camera. It's hard to explain, but it has some good kills and a lot of imagination. The sick thing that happened to Emily when she was younger is told all through Skype. Several years before Unfriended and several months before Paranormal Activity 4, this one was okay. I like the build-up and the twist, but it just felt like it was kind of meandering. I do love how they really went for the Skype look though. Then we get 10/31/98, set on Halloween in 1998. This one is really good. It follows a group of guys that end up at some secluded house. It starts out creepy but kind of funny too. The guys are legit humorous, but as it goes on, it just goes batshit insane. This is the kind of haunted house that other haunted houses look up to.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
And it does feel like something from 1998. And that's it for VHS 1. Now we get into VHS 2, which in my opinion outdoes the original in every way. All of the segments are good, it's just that some are only good while others get into the amazing category. The wraparound segments follow some private investigator looking for a missing college kid and come across a bunch of VHS tapes, and while they watch, strange things happen. Sadly, there's only 4 segments this time, but they definitely went for quality over quantity. The first is Phase 1 Clinical Trials, directed and starring Adam Wingard, who would later go on to do Blair Witch. This is my least favorite of the 4, but it's still really good. It follows a man who lost his eye in an accident and gets a robotic replacement with a camera so they can test it out. He starts seeing weird things, and the only other person who seems to know they're there is a woman who was born deaf and had implants installed in her ear. This is creepy, and I actually do really like these two characters. Also, because it's on his eye, you'll see him blink, which I thought was a nice little detail. The ending might be a bit much for the more squeamish out there, but this is still a solid entry. Next up is A Ride in the Park, co-directed by Eduardo Sanchez, who co-directed the original Blair Witch Project. A guy is filming on a GoPro riding his bike and gets bitten by a zombie. Then of course he turns into one, and so now we are technically watching this from the point of view of a zombie. That's a great idea! But then we get to my favorite segment, Safe Haven. This is a masterpiece. And one of the directors also did the Raid movies, which are also fucking awesome. It's about a documentary crew who are filming the inside of some Indonesian cult, and then all hell breaks loose. This thing has so much suspense, so much blood and horror, phenomenal acting, great camera work, fantastic editing. If you only watch this for this one segment, you will not be disappointed. And finally, there's Slumber Party Alien Abduction, which comes close to Safe Haven in quality. 2 kids are left home alone, the girl invites over her boyfriend, and the boy invites his friends, and then aliens attack. It's probably the scariest one of these because the sound effects are horrifying, and the aliens are scary. Really, really scary. This is probably the best found footage alien thing ever. I like Incident in Lake County, this is better. I like the alien abduction movie that I may review at some point, this is better. And one thing I really appreciate is that these kids act like real kids. They talk naturally, they swear a lot, but when shit goes down they try to save each other. Really, I can't do any of this justice, you just have to see them. And one thing I really love about all these segments is that the video quality feels like how it should. In most found footage movies, they are supposed to be using a consumer grade camera and it looks like professional movie cam. In this one, the zombie one feels like a GoPro video. Amateur Night looks like how you would expect a video from a camera and a pair of glasses to look. The Skype one looks like it was filmed off of Skype. There's tons of blood for the gore hounds out there, and each one tells a complete story in a pretty short amount of time, allowing us to get to know the characters. But you're probably wondering what I thought of the third VHS movie, VHS Viral. Honestly, I kind of forget this exists. The segments aren't bad and I really like the ending, but it was just so forgettable. The version I saw only had 3 segments, and apparently they had a 4th, but they had to cut it. Oh wait, the director put the segment on his Vimeo page? Well, let's see how that turned out. Nope! Well, we still have the first 2, which in my opinion are 2 of the best found footage movies ever made, and it may have paved the way for the Unfriended movies, which between those and Searching, it seems this sort of desktop horror is the new kind of found footage movie. So next time we'll be continuing 2013, sort of. It got released to film festivals in 2012, but yeah, whatever. It stars Bradley Cooper and Ryan Gosling, there's your hint. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you. They are the VHS movies. Shit.